Imagine doing everything right. You worked for decades. You saved consistently. You retired at 65 with over $1 million. You finally exhaled and thought, I'm safe now. And then, by age 78, the money was gone. Not because you were reckless. Not because you were irresponsible. Not because you lived a luxury lifestyle. But because of one silent risk most retirees never see coming until it's too late. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This doesn't happen to other people. It happens to ordinary retirees every single year. I want you to stay with me because what I'm about to explain may quietly determine whether your retirement lasts for life or runs out before you do. Two couples retire at the exact same time. Both are 65. Both have $1 million saved. Both plan to withdraw the same amount each year. Both invest similarly. Both experience the same average market return over 30 years. On paper, they look identical. But by age 78, one couple is out of money and terrified. The other still has financial freedom well into their 80 seconds. The difference is not discipline, it's not intelligence, and it's not luck. It's timing. And timing is ruthless in retirement. During your working years, bad market years don't hurt you the same way. You're adding money, not taking it out. Down markets actually help you buy cheaper assets. But retirement flips the entire equation. Now you are withdrawing. Now losses hurt more. Now bad timing becomes deadly. If the market drops sharply in the early years of retirement when withdrawals are starting, the damage compounds in a way most people never recover from. Let's say you retire and the market falls hard in your first 2 or 3 years. You're still pulling money out to live. So you're selling investments when prices are down. Even if the market recovers later, and it usually does, you may not have enough left to benefit from that recovery. This is how someone can experience strong long-term returns and still go broke. It feels unfair. It feels confusing. And it feels shocking when it happens. This is called sequence of returns risk, but don't let the technical name fool you. All it really means is this. Bad returns early can destroy a good plan. Good returns early can save a mediocre one. And here's the part most retirees don't realize. Your success in retirement has very little to do with your 30-year average return. It has everything to do with what happens in your 60 seconds and early 70 seconds. Research has shown that the first 10 to 15 years of retirement matter far more than what happens later. If you survive those years without major damage, your odds improve dramatically. If you don't, no amount of future growth can save you. This is why two retirees with the same savings and the same average returns end up in completely different places. And this is also why many retirees unknowingly take on far more risk than they should at exactly the wrong time. After a long bull market, people feel confident. They feel rewarded. They feel smart. So they retire heavily invested in stocks, assuming what worked before will keep working. But retirement is not accumulation anymore. It is preservation and survival. And the market does not care about your timing. A 30 or 40% drop in your early retirement years can permanently alter your future. Not emotionally, mathematically. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most people assume the solution is to become more conservative every year as they age. That seems logical. All equals safer, right? But that logic is flawed because risk in retirement is not evenly spread across time. It is front-loaded. The danger zone is the beginning. The first decade after retirement is when damage is hardest to undo. Once you survive that period, your situation actually improves. You've already withdrawn years of income. Your portfolio has either held up or grown. You've built a cushion. Ironically, an 80-year-old who survived the first 15 years may be in a safer position than a 65-year-old just starting out. Yet, most portfolios are built backwards. They start aggressive when risk is highest and become conservative when risk is lower. That's one reason so many retirees run into trouble without understanding why. Some researchers found that reversing this approach can actually improve outcomes. Starting retirement more conservatively, then gradually increasing growth exposure later can reduce the chance of catastrophic failure. Not because growth is bad, but because timing matters more than averages. Think about it like this. Early in retirement, your portfolio is fragile. Every withdrawal matters. There is no margin for error. Later in retirement, if you've survived, your portfolio becomes resilient. You have room to breathe. The goal isn't to avoid growth forever. The goal is to survive the danger zone. And most people never even realize that danger zone exists. This is why you see stories of retirees with $1 million who feel confident at 65 and feel trapped and frightened by their late 70 seconds. Nothing dramatic happened. No single mistake. Just a sequence of events they didn't plan for. Now, if this is hitting close to home, pause for a moment. If you're retired or approaching retirement and no one has ever explained this clearly to you, you're not alone. Most people are taught how to save, not how to withdraw. And that difference matters. If this kind of insight is helpful to you, take a second right now and support this channel by liking the video or subscribing. It helps this message reach others who need to hear it, especially people over 60 who are quietly worried but don't know what questions to ask. Here's the deeper truth. Retirement success isn't about chasing the highest returns. It's about avoiding irreversible damage. It's about making sure you're still standing when the recovery comes, because markets recover. But portfolios don't always survive long enough to see it. This is also why blind confidence is dangerous. Just because something worked for 20 years doesn't mean it will protect you in the next 10. Retirement requires humility. It requires understanding that risk feels different when income depends on it. It requires planning for what happens when things don't go perfectly. And here's the part that really matters. No strategy works without discipline. You can't panic when markets fall. You can't chase performance. You can't pretend age alone determines risk. You need a plan that respects reality, not optimism. A plan that acknowledges that early losses hurt more than later ones. That flexibility matters more than precision. That survival comes before growth. If you're watching this and thinking, I wish someone told me this earlier, you're exactly why this channel exists. Life after 60 isn't about fear. It's about clarity. It's about understanding the rules of a new game before you're forced to learn them the hard way. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And if you know someone approaching retirement, share this with them. One conversation at the right time can change a life. Because having $1 million at 65 doesn't guarantee anything. What matters is how long that money lasts and whether it lasts as long as you do. And that, more than any market return, is the true definition of retirement success.